A lot of news has come out tonight, and we're going to be looking at what OCG has been revealing for Jump Festa. Now, there has been quite some time and quite a lot to go over, and I brought up quite a bit. So before we get into the cards, let's talk about all the others. So we have general news. We have a brand new Dark Magician Girl playmat, or Black Magician Girl playmat. We also have a stainless steel old school style Dark Magician, referencing Bandai and the artwork with the old style that that's the OCG used to do. We also had quarter century playmat with Winged Dragon Raw. There is Egyptian God card merch with all 3 Egyptian God cards and actual thermoses. The pre-order start for that on 18th, I believe, for all of this, while the Dark Magician will be a lottery. Afterwards, we have a Rubber Field playmat with Eldritch, and there's also a blue secret rare, Gaia the Fierce Knight. Afterwards, OCG is getting another Verse Dragon as a shop participant card as a common and a super rare for the winners. So this is how OCG is getting another Verse Dragon instead of in a import set. So that's actually very interesting. After that, we have more statues. We have statues of the 4 Charmer monsters, and I'm probably going to pick up an Area because Area is my favorite of the 4. Afterwards, we also have an IP Masquerena figure that's coming out. That is actually one of the cards I really love. And it looks like it has 2 facial expressions, closed mouth and open mouth, with a tongue sticking out. Then after, we have the Pot and Jar collection. It has all the Pot and Jar type cards. They're small little miniature things. And for the first time in many, many years, 14 Ultra Parallel foils are also going to be coming with them. So as we can see, every single type of pot is in here, from Pot of Greed, Generosity, Avarice, Benevolence, Riches, Acquisitiveness, Duality, and everything in between, like Pot of Desires, Extrav, and our lovely Prosperity. Even more Agreed is in here, which I really like. And we can see all of the pot cards, all 14, along with the Shard and the Spirit. So the Spirit you can place in any of them of your choosing. And there is a quarter century rare Pot of Greed that OCG is getting. Now, one of the things about Pot of Greed, when we look at Pot of Greed real quick, between OCG and TCG, TCG last reprinted it back in 2015. OCG, on the other hand, the last time that they reprinted this thing was 2002. But before that, 2001, 2014. So Korea has been waiting about 4 years, 5 years for this. Asian English, about 23 years, 25, 23 years. But it's good to see that Pot of Greed is getting reprinted. But this doesn't mean anything at all. Now, we are on to the actual cards. We have Secret Utility Box and Armed NEOS. So, as you can see, they're showing off the sleeves, the box, and just a lot of the cards that are in it. Now, for the NEOS card. Armed NEOS, it is a level 10 Wind Warrior fusion effect, 3,500 attack, and 3,000 defense, and it takes an Elemental Hero NEOS and a 1 Armed Dragon monster. And it must be fusion summoned. If this card is special summon, you can choose 1 dragon monster in your graveyard and destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls with a equal or lower level. When this card is destroyed, a monster by battle, you can make this card gain this effect. During the main phase quick effect, you could attribute this card special summon 1 Elemental Hero fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring the summoning condition. So essentially, you could summon out Air NEOS from this card or any other Elemental Hero monster, which is pretty cool. And let's get into the promotional pack 2023, and we get to see what the cards do. I am very excited. We have Xtox Hydra. It is a water reptile fusion effect, instant fusion target, being a level 4 with 2000, and it's a super poly card of your own cards. 2+ monsters you control special summoned from the extra deck. Monsters you control of the same type, Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, Pendulum, or Link, as any of the materials used for this card. Fusion summon lose attack equal to their own original attack. When this card inflicts 1,000 more battle damage to your opponent, draw 1 card for every 1,000 they took. So essentially, you're getting up to two cards, which is very nice, and you can run over almost everything because of this thing. Because if it's an extra deck monster or a pendulum monster, it loses attack equal to the original attack, which I really like. After that, we have Tri-Edge Master. It is a light warrior synchro effect. 2100 attack, 1800 defense, level 6. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monster. You can only use this effect of this card's name once per turn. You can only use the effect. Okay. So if this card is Synchro Summon, you could apply one of these effects based on the levels of materials used for the Synchro Summon. If you use 3 or more materials, apply all 3 effects in sequence. 1 and 5, destroy one other card on the field. 2 and 4, draw 1 card. 3 and 3, this card is treated as a tuner. So either you get to destroy a card, draw 1, or it's a tuner, or you could do all 3, which I really like. This might be one of the better ones of the bunch. Next up, we have Daedalent, the Liquid Giant. It's a water zombie exceed pendulum effect. Pendulum scale is 3, rank 4, 2400 attack, 400 defense. The pendulum effect is you could only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. You can target an exceed monster you control, attach this card to it as a material. That's actually really good. And it takes 2 level 4 monsters. If you could pendulum summon a level 4, you could pendulum face-up card in your extra deck. You can only use the first and second monster effect of this card's name each once per turn. You detach one material for this card, place a card in your pendulum zone. Place this card in your pendulum zone. Then you can add 1 pendulum monster from your graveyard to your extra deck face-up. So it gives you a free scale while allowing you to get a pendulum monster from your graveyard back into your extra deck. Pretty good. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can place this card in the pendulum zone. It's going to go to the pendulum zone no matter what. Then we have tuners. Hiki Tug of War. It's a field spell. When either player draws a tuners for their normal draw during the draw phase, they can reveal that player draws 2 cards. If your opponent draws with this card's first effect, you lose 2,000 life points, and if you do, send this card to the graveyard. So if you draw a Ash Blossom or any of those 6, or even an Effect Failure, you are really drawing 2 cards, which I really like. And finally, Rainbowlution Lab. It is a counter trap or continuous trap. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field. It becomes a machine monster. Also, its attribute also is treated as a light, dark, earth, wind, fire, and wind. So for that one card that requires all 6 attributes, this is what you need it for. Or you can use it on things like Invoked Macabre and Summon out Elysium. But this is the news so far from Jump Festa. I'll have more news coming soon because we are still waiting on the Master Rule update. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.